Jeremiah 13 to 15. This is what Yahweh said to me. Go and buy yourself a linen belt and put it on your waist, and do not put it in water. So I bought a belt according to the word of Yahweh, and put it on my waist. And the word of Yahweh came to me a second time, saying, Take the belt that you have bought, which is on your waist, and arise, go to the Euphrates, and hide it there in the cleft of the rock. So I went, and I hid it by the Euphrates, as Yahweh commanded me. After many days Yahweh said to me, Arise, go to the Euphrates, take the belt from there which I commanded you to hide there. Then I went to the Euphrates and dug, and took the belt from the place where I hid it, and behold, the belt was ruined. It was profitable for nothing. Then the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, This is what Yahweh says. In this way I will ruin the pride of Judah and the great pride of Jerusalem. This evil people, who refuse to hear my words, who walk in the stubbornness of their heart, and have gone after other gods to serve them and to worship them, will be as this belt, which is profitable for nothing. For as the belt clings to the waist of a man, so I have caused the whole house of Israel and the whole house of Judah to cling to me, says Yahweh, that they may be to me for a people, for a name, for praise and for glory. But they would not hear. Therefore you shall speak to them this word. This is what Yahweh, the God of Israel, says. Every container should be filled with wine. And they will tell you, Do we not certainly know that every container should be filled with the wine? Then tell them, This is what Yahweh says. Behold, I will fill all the inhabitants of this land, even the kings who sit on David's throne, the Kohanim, the prophets, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, with drunkenness, and I will dash them one against another, even the fathers and the sons together, says Yahweh. I will not pity, spare, or have compassion, that I should not destroy them. Hear and give ear. Do not be proud, for Yahweh has spoken. Give glory to Yahweh, your God, before he causes darkness, and before your feet stumble on the dark mountains. And while you look for light, he turns it into the shadow of death, and makes it deep darkness. But if you will not hear it, my soul will weep in secret for your pride. My eye will weep bitterly, and run down with tears, because the flocks of Yahweh has been taken captive. Say to the king and to the queen mother, Humble yourselves, sit down, for your crowns have come down, even the crown of your glory. The cities of the south is shut up, and there is no one to open them. All Judah is carried away into exile. It is wholly carried away into exile. Lift up your eyes, and see those who come from the north. Where is the flock that they were given to you, your beautiful flock? What will you say when he sets over you, sets over as head those whom you yourself taught to be friends to you? Will not sorrows take hold of you, as of a woman in travail? If you say in your heart, Why have these things come on me? Your skirts are uncovered because of the greatness of your iniquity, and your heels suffer violence. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may you also do good, who are accustomed to do evil. Therefore I will scatter them as the stubble that passes away by the wild of the wilderness. This is your lot, the portion measured to you from me, says Yahweh. Because you have forgotten me and trusted in falsehood, therefore I will also uncover your skirts on your face, and your shame will appear. I have seen your abominations, even your adulteries, and your name, the lewdness of your prostitution on the hills and the field. Woe to you, Jerusalem! You will not be made clean. How long will it yet be? The word of Yahweh came to Jeremiah concerning the drought. Judah mourns, and its gates languish. They sit in black on the ground. The cry of Jerusalem goes up. Their nobles send their little ones to the waters. They come to the cisterns and find no water. They return with their vessels empty. They are disappointed and confounded, and cover their heads, because of the ground which is cracked. Because no rain has been in the land, the plowmen are disappointed. They cover their heads, yes, the doe in the field also calves and forsakes her young. Because there is no grass, the wild donkeys stand on the bare heights. They pant for air like jackals. Their eyes fail, because there is no vegetation. Though our iniquities testify against us, Yahweh, act for your name's sake. For our rebellions are many. We have sinned against you. You hope of Israel, its Savior, in the time of trouble. Why should you be as a foreigner in the land, and as a wayfaring man who turns aside to stay for a night? Why should you be like a scared man, as a mighty man who cannot save? Yet you, Yahweh, are in the midst of us, and we are called by your name. Do not leave us. This is what Yahweh says to this people. Even so, they have loved to wander. They have not restrained their feet. Therefore, Yahweh does not accept them. Now he will remember their iniquity and punish them for their sins. Then Yahweh said to me, do not pray for this people for their good. When they fast, I will not hear their cry. And when they offer burnt offerings and grain offerings, I will not accept them. But I will consume them by the sword, by famine, and by pestilence. And I said, alas, Adonai, Yahweh, behold, the prophets tell them, you will not see the sword, neither will you have famine. But I will give you assured peace in this place. And Yahweh said to me, the prophets prophesy falsely in my name. I did not send them, nor command them, nor speak to them. They prophesy to you false vision, divination, emptiness, and deceit of their own heart. Therefore Yahweh says concerning the prophets who prophesy in my name, but I did not send them. Yet they say, sword and famine will not be in this land. Those prophets will be consumed by sword and famine, and the people to whom they prophesy will be cast out in the streets of Jerusalem because of the famine and the sword. They will have no one to bury them, their wives, their sons, and their daughters, for I will pour their wickedness on them. You shall say this word to them, let my eyes run down with tears night and day, and let them not cease. For the virgin daughter of my people is broken with a great breach, with a very grievous wound. If I go out into the field, then behold, those who pierce with the sword. If I enter into the city, then behold, those who are sick with famine. For both the prophet and the Kohen go about in the land and have no knowledge. Have you utterly rejected Judah? Has your soul loathed Zion? Why have you struck us, and there is no healing for us? We looked for shalom, but no good came, for a time of healing, and behold, dismay. We acknowledged our wickedness, Yahweh, and the iniquity of our fathers, and we have sinned against you. Do not abhor us for your name's sake. Do not disgrace the throne of your glory. Remember, do not break your covenant with us. And are there any among the vanities of the nations that can cause rain, or can the sky give showers? It is not you, Yahweh, our God. Therefore, we will wait for you have made all these things. Therefore, Yahweh said to me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my eyes would not turn toward this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go out. And it will happen, when they ask you, where shall we go? Where shall we go out? Then you shall tell them, this is what Yahweh says, such as are for death to death, such as are for the sword to the sword, such as are for the famine to the famine, such as are for captivity to captivity. I will appoint over them 4 kinds, says Yahweh, the sword to kill, the dogs to tear, the birds of the sky, and the animals of the earth to devour and to destroy. And I will cause them to be tossed back and forth among all the kingdoms of the earth because of Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah, the king of Judah. for that which she did in Jerusalem. For who will have pity on you, Jerusalem? Who will mourn you? Who will come to ask of your welfare? You have rejected me, says Yahweh. You have gone backwards. Therefore I have stretched out my hand against you and destroyed you. I am weary of showing compassion. I have winnowed them with a fan in the gates of the land. I have bereaved them as children. I have destroyed my people. They did not return from their ways. Their widows are increased more than the sands of the sea. I have brought on them against the mother of the young men who destroy at noonday. I have caused anguish and terrors to fall on her suddenly. She who has borne 7 languishes, she has given up the spirit. Her sun has gone down while it was yet day. She has been disappointed and confounded. I will deliver their residue to the sword. Before their enemies, says Yahweh, woe is me, my mother, that you have borne me, a man of strife, a man of contention to the whole earth. I have not lent, neither have men lent to me, yet every one of them curses me. Yahweh said, most certainly I will strengthen you for good. Most certainly I will cause the enemy to make supplication to you. In the time of evil and the time of affliction, can one break iron, even iron from the north, and bronze? I will give your substance to your treasures for a plunder without price, and that all your sins, even in all your borders, I will make them to pass with your enemies, even into the land which you do not know. For a fire is kindled in my anger, which will burn on you. Yahweh, you know, remember me, visit me, and avenge me of my persecutors. Do not take me away in your long suffering. Know that for your sake I have suffered reproach. Your words were found, and I ate them. Your words were to me as a joy and the rejoicing of my heart. For I am called by your name, Adonai Elohi Sevaot. I did not sit in the assembly of those who make mercy and rejoice. I sat alone because of your hand, for you have filled me with indignation. Why is my pain perpetual and my wound incurable, which refuses to be healed? Why will you indeed be to me as a deceitful brook, like waters that fail? Therefore this is what Yahweh says, I will return, then I will bring you again, that you may stand before me. And if you take out the precious from the vial, you will be as my mouth. They will return to you, but you will not return to them. I will make you to this people a fortified bronze wall. They will fight against you, but they will not prevail against you. For I am with you to save you and to deliver you, says Yahweh. I will deliver you out of the hand of the wicked, and I will redeem you out of the hand of the terrible.